Gober. I've had the opportunity to meet her in person. We talk, get a chance to talk quite a lot. But now it's time for her to speak to us. So without any further ado, Cheryl Ann Cummins present to us tonight.
Well, thank you, Pastor Larry. And I tell you what, you and Miles have really started something here. You know, our business right now is just absolutely hitting a momentum stream like I have never seen before. So we do appreciate you and Miles and that you've brought, and especially the simple plan, you know, so we can share it with others about how easy it is to get in with Karatbars and not only do the right thing by paying yourself first and saving real money, but also how to make a very, very lucrative income. So the first thing I would do is like to welcome all the guests this evening. We appreciate your time. I know it's valuable. I'm going to try to run through this information and be as detailed as I can, but also be very respectful of your time. I have, for those on the webcast right now at any meeting or karatbarswebinar.com, I did remove the chat. It helps me speak, so I will bring it back up at the end of the presentation, and I will stay as long as I need to answer any questions if necessary. But I'd like to start tonight by just showing you here on the screen that we have a 3-minute sizzle call. And this is one of the tools, and I'll show it again at the end of the presentation. But it's a simple 3-minute sizzle call about a 12-week plan to financial freedom, independence, and a minimum of $4,500 a week. I want to repeat that number for those of y'all that have a piece of paper and a pen. Go ahead and write it down. The number is 218-844-3182. The code, it'll ask for a code. It's simply 30108646. And that is a great 3-minute sizzle call if you want to share it with others. It has really been an excellent tool, and for those of you who are using it, you're bringing people in every night. We're seeing all kinds of new guests, new names, new faces, and we really appreciate everything that you're doing there. I do want to start with a disclaimer that the income projections that I'm going to show tonight are in U.S. dollars. Our Karatbars International is a German company, and they do operate in euros, but we have converted those to dollars for your convenience. The action plan that I'm going to discuss uses mathematical examples that are dependent upon following the plan as we describe. Incomes are not guaranteed due to the fact that we cannot guarantee your efforts or those of your team. So the results can vary based on your activity and the activity of your team. So now that we've got the homework out of the way, let me tell you a little bit about Karatbars. On the screen here, you're going to see a picture of a gentleman by the name of Mr. Harold Seitz. He is the founder and CEO of Karatbars. Karatbars officially launched in the United States in April of 2010, and Harold's vision with Karatbars is to make gold affordable for the masses and at a price point that the masses can afford. Previously, in order to go buy gold, most people, when I first came in, it was like, how do you buy gold? And most people understand the value of gold, but they really didn't know what to go buy or where to go buy it, especially in bullion form. So they were only left with going to local coin shops and dealing with a coin dealer or something like that. But Harold has made it easy, as simple as possible, and has pulled a complete system together that is nothing less than miraculous. What he has done. We are now delivering in over 58 countries. We're active in over 90 countries. We offer free.
It's better now.
Okay, yeah. Somebody may have had a mic open or something like that, but I think we're good now. Okay. All right. Everybody says great now. Better now. Okay, but let me get back to where I was at. Karatbars does have an affiliate rewards program. There's about 7 different streams of income and how you can earn money with Karatbars. We're going to discuss one of those this evening. And, it's a 12-week strategy. And the reason we're focusing on this is because it will accelerate your earning power, and it creates weekly incomes fast, and we can show you how to get free gold each and every week. we have a 12-week plan to financial freedom and independence, and this is really what it boils down. If you can commit to save, which we all know that's the right thing to do, is pay yourself first, and basically all you're doing is taking your paper money and converting it to gold money. If you can do that and share it with others, then you can very realistically have a passive residual income from $15,000 to $136,000 a month. We focus on a 3-month burst of energy and effort that can literally change your financial life. The revolutionary pay plan mission, this is really what it all revolves around, is implementing the correct way to move money and acquire economic freedom in 12 weeks. And I'm going to repeat that because this is what this program is all about. It's showing you how to implement the correct way to move money, get in the way of that movement of money, and acquire economic freedom in 12 weeks. So we do have a 12-week action plan that creates that passive income from the movement of money. Karatbars rewards saving, not spending, which is incredible in itself. Our whole goal is to show people how to pay themselves first before paying others. And what you're doing is building wealth. We're going to show you the secrets to the wealthy, how they get rich, and how they stay rich. And it all revolves around this simple concept of the movement of money. You know, when your employer pays you on Friday, you know, what happens? Money moves from his account to your account. Well, now that it's in your account, and if you're like me and thousands of others, once it goes in our account, it doesn't sit there. We have to turn back around and pay bills. We have the mortgage, we have electricity, water, gas, you know, cable, phone bills, all of those different things. And once it gets into our account, we move it right back into somebody else's account. And then, of course, there's goods and services like groceries and gas and all kinds of different things. But every day of your life, you see money moving. Money is constantly moving from one hand to the other, one hand to the other. So the movement of money, again, when people get paid, money moves. When people spend money, money moves. If you go to an ATM machine, you're moving money from the bank to your hands. If you're buying goods and services, money moves. When people save and invest money, money moves. If you can look at this slide on the internet here, if you're on the webcast, it's got a picture of the New York Stock Exchange. You know, what's really interesting about that is when we get that picture in our minds, we're sitting there and, you know, what a great example of where money moves. It's constant. They're dependent on money being within that market and keeping the markets going. Well, you know, when those markets go up, that's when rich people make money. When those markets go down, that's when poor people lose jobs. So we want to show you some of the philosophies about what the rich know and the wealthy know and the secrets that they have, and we'd like to share those with you. Because the economy that matters the most is the economy in your own home. Of course, we've all got that money that we blow each and every week. We've got the house payment, the car payment, the rent day fund, the saving plan, the bills, retirement. I mean, we've got like a little envelope there for all of those things, or at least we should have. Statistically, in America, one of the things that we have seen is these are federal statistics. 95% of Americans do not have a savings account at all. You know, in the last 2 generations, our mindset has really changed. If we go back to, you know, let's go back to my grandparents. You know, they lived through the Depression. They lived through the rations, and they survived it. It was a tough time period, but I tell you what, until they died in the mid-70s and late 80s was when they left. But they never, not one day in their life did I ever see them waste, because they learned the hard way about being conservative, about how important it is to have that backup plan, and they never. I guess when you live through something like that, it's something that never leaves you. Even with my parents, I remember sitting down at the table, and there was only one person working in my family when I grew up. In the 60s and 70s, most families only had one income earner, just one. The dad went to work, mama handled the kids and all the bills and all the housework and the running to and fro and all of that. But Daddy was the breadwinner in most of those cases. Well, my dad would go home. They would come in, and I remember this vividly as a child. They would come in, and it was budgeted out. There was a budget, and every week it's what are we putting into savings. They knew exactly what they were going to put there, and if there was any left over, they were going to put that there as well. But their whole mindset was to plan for retirement, to plan for our colleges, to plan for those rainy day funds. We even had an envelope in our home for a Christmas fund. We knew Christmas was coming every year, and they knew that we loved Christmas around our house. And they even had an envelope there where they planned and saved, for Christmas. It's no big shocker. It comes once a year, every year. Same time every year. But they did. We get to my generations, and the credit card was introduced. And guess what? We liked them. That was such an easy thing, just to run to the store, swipe a credit card, and you're done. Instead of sitting there writing a check and pulling out all of the IDs and going through all of that, or, it's just changed. But we started something in my generation with that credit card that's changed the face of America. We are now the most debt-ridden country in the world. And every family, when you're looking at statistically, 95% of the families in this country do not have a plan B. That's a scary thought. Of the 5% that do have a savings account, $500 is the average amount in those savings accounts. Now, granted, some of them have got larger ones and some of them have got smaller ones, but $500 is the average for an American household saving account. And I don't know about you, but $500, if my car breaks down, very rarely has it cost me $500 or less. It normally costs me quite a bit more than that. If a central unit went out, it's going to cost more than $500. So what Karatbars is all about is teaching you how to pay yourself first, because just like this slide says, the economy that really matters the most is the economy in your own home. Now, what I want to go over is just a couple of principles about what rich people know and they desperately want to keep secrets. I'm going to share a couple of those with you. First off is they understand about positioning themselves to get in the way of that movement of money. We talked earlier, it's always moving. It's constantly moving. But if you can position yourself to get in the way of the movement of that money to where you can get a piece of it, then that is the first secret of the wealthy. Now, this picture I'm sitting here sharing, it's I grabbed this from Robert Payne, but it's a picture of a hospital staff, and this just makes it really clear. If you picture the biggest hospital in your area, you've got orderlies, you've got the janitors, you've got the nurses, the assistants, you've got the nurses, you got LPNs, RBNs, you've got the doctors, you've got the surgeons, you've got the specialists, and of course you've got the hospital staff in itself. Well, what is the difference between all of those people? They're going to the same place to work every day. But the big difference is they knew that they needed to position themselves to get in the way of moving money. Now, some of those, what they did was invest in themselves, actually. And the difference in that pay scale a lot of time boils down to how much college somebody's got. We tell people, I've got 6 kids. They've all went to college. I know how expensive it is because I understand it's a tough economy out there right now, and it's hard to get a job, like this. But these people understood, their parents probably told them, go get you a good job. Here's an education. Go get that $10,000 education or whatever, or $100,000 education, $500,000. I've got a friend right now going to pharmacy school, and he's a friend of my kids, and he's somewhere over $300,000 in student loan debt. That is absolutely scary. I feel, and he's about to graduate, and guess what he's going to get as a gift? A $300,000 bill that's about to start coming due month after month after month. He starts out in the hole. But nevertheless, these people are positioning themselves as far as the income that they're going to receive on Payday Friday. Now, some are just getting by, because they didn't have the opportunity to go to some of these colleges or the time, or sometimes life just gets in the way, and not everybody can be a surgeon. Not everybody can be an anesthesiologist, but some of those that position themselves correctly, they're building wealth. And we want to show you some of the principles that that's done on, and how that's done. So here's a question for you. This goes into the second secret of the wealthy, and that's understanding exponential growth. My husband has always made the statement, the secret to wealth for him was taking a stack of toothpicks and building a lumber yard out of it. And that's what most really wealthy people understand and know how to do that. And this is the same concept. Let's talk about this. If somebody offered you, let's just say I know Pastor Larry knows better, but I'm going to use him anyway. Pastor Larry, if I asked you today, if you wanted, I'm going to give you three options. Would you rather have $5,000 a day given to you for 31 days straight, which is going to end up being about $155,000, or I'm going to give you $1 million at the end of 31 days, or, Pastor Larry, I'm going to give you a penny today, but I'm going to double it every day for 31 days. Well, I know what Pastor Larry is going to tell me. He's going to say, give me the penny, But some people that do not understand the secrets of the wealthy and secrets of, especially the concept of exponential growth, they'll take that $1 million every time. There's just some people, just give me the $1 million, I'm good. But let me show you, because of that lack of knowledge and lack of vision there, what it cost them. Here's the chart that shows exponential growth on a penny that just simply doubles every day. Day 1, of course, you got a penny. Day 2, you got 2 pennies. Day 3, 4 cents. And it just keeps doubling. You get to day 15, and you got a whopping $163.84. Now, I know Pastor Larry well enough to know the one that he's going to choose that penny doubling. And at day 15, if I got 2 guys and one of them I gave $1 million, and Pastor Larry's sitting over here with his penny doubling, well, Pastor Larry's got vision. I can guarantee you that. But the other sitting over here with his $1 million, well, he's already went out and bought a house, he's bought a car, he's going out to eat nice, and he's living it up, okay? Let's move up to day 20. Pastor Larry now has $5,242. Well, the guy with $1 million over here that's having all this fun, he's kind of laughing at him, like, dude, you should have taken that $1 million, But let's move up just to day 25. Well, Pastor Larry now has $167,772.16. And trust me, I know this man well enough. He hasn't broken not the first bit of sweat off his brow because he understands exponential growth. But the guy with millions sitting there going, man, he made a mistake. It's the 25th day. He's got $167,000. I got $1 million over here, and I'm just living it up. But let's move 3 days further to day 28. At day 28, that penny has now doubled to $1,342,177. Well, Pastor Larry's got a smirk on his face right now, and then the guy over there with $1 million's kind of scratching his head, saying, how did that happen? And that's when Pastor Larry can come in and explain to him about vision. Vision, purpose, and system. And, the concept of exponential growth. Day 30, that penny has now turned into $5,368,709. We've still got one more day to go. That penny has now doubled to $10,737,418. It's pretty simple to see. On day 31, the guy with $1 million is sitting over there crying. And he's stuck because he's probably already spent his $1 million. It doesn't take long in this world to spend $1 million. And he's sitting over there crying in his Cheerios. Well, Pastor Di is sitting there going, you should have listened. And let me share with you now, how the rich get rich and how they stay wealthy. And it is simply two concepts: positioning themselves to get in the way of the movement of money, and also using the concept of exponential growth. Because numbers really don't lie. At the end of the day, those are facts. You can take a calculator tonight and keep doing that for 31 days, and it's going to come up over 10 million every time. So here's the system that Karatbars has. Number one, we want you to enroll. Get you a free Karatbars account. It's absolutely free. We don't charge for website fees. We don't do the annual fees. Our company does not nickel and dime you like so many other companies out there do. It's just simple. Get in, create a free Karatbars account. Number two, immediately acquire a package. And when we're saying this, you're moving money, and we're going to show you how to get in the way of that movement of money so you can see exponential growth in your own home. We have 5 different packages, actually. There's a bronze package, a silver package, a gold package, a VIP, and an exclusive VIP. Now, I know every time that I've ever opened a business in my life, I had to have tools, right? I needed a computer, I needed a desk, I needed an office space, I needed all of those little things, and this is no different. These are business packs. They're loaded full. And the different ones, the only difference between them is the bronze doesn't have as much as the VIP or the exclusive VIP. But it's still going to get you in the way of the movement of money. And it inside of those kits or packages, it's got the tools that you will need to grow your business, okay? The commission paid, and I'm going to go into this more specifically in just a minute, but on your bronze, you're going to earn a 5%, silver's 10%, gold's 15%, and VIP is 20%. But the beautiful part is this little thing that we call cycles, and I'm going to explain those cycles to you here in just a minute. Those, depending on where you come in at and where you position yourself, you can earn 10, 40, 60, and 80 euro per cycle. And trust me, they add up. The number 3 part of our system is that you also move 65 roughly, we're talking about 1 gram of gold per week. Right now it's running about $65 per gram. You want to do that into your own savings account. Again, you're moving money, and at the end of this 12 weeks or whenever, the thing is you've still got money. This is not a lotion, juice, potion, pill that's got an expiration date on it. It's money. You're simply taking money from your left pocket and converting it right back into your right pocket into real money, and it's a savings account that you control and maintain on your own. You don't need government interference slapping you with penalties, with those 401ks and all of that stuff. Those are fun, but trust me, when I need my money, I don't need somebody to tell me they're going to penalize me on it. I want to be able to go straight to my account, get my money when I need my money, and control it and maintain it myself. Number 4, this is the important part. You need to find 2 people, just 2, that are willing to do the same thing that you do, and they want to pay themselves first to create that savings account to prevent anything down the road, whatever may come, that they're positioned to handle those what-ifs in life. It's insurance, gang. We insure our houses, we insure our cars, we insure our lives, we insure everything we can. But gold is about insuring your money. It's a hedge against inflation. We know that we're just ravaged over here with inflation, especially in the last 10 years. Since 1971 alone, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. 97%. And the reason why is because Nixon took us off the gold standard. Prior to that, our money was backed by gold. As of 1971, it's just paper. It's a promise. It's an IOU. Well, since that time, We are now living in a world where we're $17 trillion in debt. You know, that absolutely is mind-boggling. And what's scary is we throw that word trillion around like it's really no big deal. You know, and I'm going to ask you a question. If you, and I don't know if you know this or whatever, but if you were to start counting to 1 trillion a day, and you just simply started today and started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, just normal, do you know how long it would take you to get to 1 trillion? 1 trillion. Google this. Try 34,000 years for you to count to 1 trillion. And we're $17 trillion in debt. In debt. So when we throw those trillions around, guys, there's some, we need to really pay attention to the economy in our own home. Because at the end of the day, we're responsible for us. We can't depend, we have learned over the past several years, we can't really depend on what we always thought we could. My husband and I had a lot of funds in 401ks and IRAs and all of that stuff and stocks and different things. And then that crash of 2007, 2008 hit, and it was culture shock for me. And I was in the financial arena, and I'm like, wait a minute, where's my money? $2 trillion disappeared out of the stock market in a 2-week period of time that to this day, that was in 2008, to this day they can't tell you where it went. $2 trillion. Well, I found out right then, I started seeing it go upside down, and I'm like, I'm out of here. So we cashed ours in and said, we're better off with it under the mattress than what was happening there, because basically it was a confiscation of our wealth. All the sweat and everything that we had put into our businesses and put aside for our future was being wiped away. We thought we were doing the right thing. We were doing what we were told to do, what only made sense for us at that time. Because we understood the concept of putting away for retirement and all those what-ifs, and we had all of those kids out there, 6 kids needing to go to college. But to absolutely go into your account and see it just dissipate overnight is a culture shock. That will cause you some sleepless nights, I promise you. Well, thank goodness for Karatbars. I never have to go through that again, and I will never go through that again. But this is the system, the simple system. Enroll, acquire your package, get $65 a week or 1 gram into your savings account each and every week, because you're paying yourself first, and find 2 people that want to get it, that will do the same thing that you do and have the same passion you do about finally becoming financially free. Let me go through some of these packages. And I told you, I promised you I'd go through some of the details here. First one I'm going to talk about is the Bronze Digital Package. This is the first one in the group, and you can come in for as little as $130. And again, this is your business tools, okay? This is one stream of income that we're talking about tonight. I'm showing you minimums here. And by following the system that I just shared with you, if you can do that, let me show you what happens just on this Bronze Digital Package. Week number 1, you find your 2 people. Well, you're going to earn about $13. Okay? Week number 2, you're not going to make anything. Week number 3, it's another zilch week. You're not going to make anything. Week number 4, you're going to make $26. Well, okay, let's just look at that that month number 1. That's not too impressive there. How many people do we know say that they're going to get something a good old 30 days, good old 30-day try, and see what they can do with it, and if they can do, then they'll get in and they'll go full circle. Well, that's where most people quit. Remember the guy that took the $1 million? All he could see was what was right before his eyes. He didn't have vision. Let me show you where that exponential growth comes in. Number 1, you've positioned yourself. Now then, let's watch this exponential growth happen. Week number 1, you get your 2 people. Week number 2 and 3, what you're doing is building your foundation. There is nothing going to stand out there unless it's got a strong foundation. We don't build houses on quicksand. We build them on rock. You know, that's the buildings in New York. You know, the reason they can build those massive buildings because they're sitting on solid granite rock. You know, and that structure below them, that foundation is strong enough to withhold whatever they do, and it can grow as big and big as the mind can the mind can perceive. But here, week 5, now that you got your firm foundation built, week 5, you see that income go to $39 that week. Week 6, I'm going to point out week 6 too, $65 in week 6. Now the reason that's important, because remember I told you you're taking your paper money from your left pocket, and that's part of the system there is you're paying yourself every week roughly about $65 or 1 gram a week into your savings account, because this whole concept is built around that movement of money. We got to keep that money moving. Well, as that money moves, your commissions start coming in. Week 6, you're at $65. Well, guess what? Now then, you're not taking it from your pocket. You're taking it from your profits, from your commissions. So you've got perpetual free gold at week 6. Week 7, you're at $143. And I'm going to skip up and go all the way up to week 10, $1,131. That's a good income. You know, no matter what part of the country you're living in right now, over $1,100 a week is not a bad check. Okay, you still probably got 2 people working in that household, but you're still getting by. Week 11, $2,223 that week, 1 week. Week 12, $4,485 per week. Now, people ask what happens after week 12. Well, week 12, it's going to be somebody else's first week, or somebody else's second week, or somebody else's 5th week. It never stops. It keeps growing. Remember that chart of exponential growth? On 31 days, we're only showing you 12 weeks here. So if you can keep the principle of that exponential growth in the back of your mind as you're building your business, that penny those first few days, it's not that much to get excited about. But with vision and perseverance, you're going to be able to achieve the numbers that we're looking at, you know, right here tonight on these different packages. Next package is the silver package. Week number 1, and some of these numbers are a little bit off. I thought I had this changed, but apparently it didn't change like I wanted it to. But the silver package you're going to get in, and it's probably, you know, there's a gram of gold in there, so the price is going to fluctuate a little. I think this package, right, it's a little over $300 right now. But week number 1, you're going to earn about $27. Week number 2 and 3, again, you're building that firm foundation, so there's nothing coming in. And what you're doing is you've got your 2 the first week, and the next couple of weeks you're helping them get their 2 and them get their 2, okay? So that's what you're doing. You're building that foundation, and you're teaching them how to do the same. Week number 5, you make $150. Week number 6, $250. And you got to remember, right through here, you're getting perpetual free gold right in there by the 4th week on this. And actually, that on this slide where it says $100 at the top, that actually should be number 4 there in itself, because in week 4, you're going to earn about $100 that week. And that, again, that means that, you know, bronze package, it takes you about 6 weeks to get to the commission to where it's actually paying for your gram of gold and it's not coming out of your pocket. With a silver package, week number 4, you're going to earn about $100, and that's perpetual free gold, week after week after week. Move up to week 8, you're at $1,100. Move up to week 9, $2,100 with the silver package. And we've got an upgrade written beside that, because I want to show you these other numbers, and what we're seeing overall is people want to get up to those higher positions to get into, you know, the really into the movement of money and where that movement of money is really coming from. We all want to get the VIP package, and I'll show you why in just a second. Week number 10, you're making $4,350. That's a great income. How many people do you know making $4,000 a week now? You know, that's a great income. You know, you can get by on that. Week number 12 in this program, but just a silver package, you know, and guys, really, and I'll show you in a second, this is really the minimum you should come in at. Do what you can. You know, if it's the bronze package, that's fine. But in just a second, you'll see why I stress, if you can push to this level, you definitely try to get here if you can. Week number 12, you're going to make $17,250. That's over, Lord have mercy, that's over, I can't even add right now, $200,000 a year right there. That's a lot of money, you know, for a lot of people. Let's go to the gold package. The gold package is going to cost a little bit more, and I know $750 is on the screen. It varies. The gold package has 2 grams of gold in it, plus all the other tools that come along with it, the discount cards, the brochures, and everything you need to put yourself in business. It's going to vary a little bit. It may be closer to $800 a day. I have not checked it, but it's somewhere between $750 and $800. Week number 1, you're going to make $40. Week number 2, nothing. Week number 3, nothing. You're building your foundation. That's going to be constant no matter where you come in, because really you have to have that foundation. If you're ever going to build anything on top of it, it's got to be a firm foundation. You can bring in, you know, I've seen people, you know, refer 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. One guy's even brought in 500 people, you know. But how many of those 500 people, you know, helped him build his firm foundation? You know, you need, like Boomer says, you need your A-gamers. You want 2 people to commit. That's it. You only need 2. 2 people that are committed to doing what you do, and they want to see financial freedom at the end of 12 weeks. And if you can get that foundation built, no matter where you come in, you're going to be successful. But week number 4 in the gold package, you get $150. That's perpetual free gold, and actually that's going to cover you for about 2 grams of gold that week if you want to buy more than 1 gram of gold or exchange into more than 1 gram of gold. Week number 9, you're going to make $3,150 and you will be able to upgrade at that point. Week number 12, $25,875. That's over $100,000 per month. Per month. And I know we can get debt-free on that real quick. But let me take you up to this VIP package. The VIP package is going to run you around $2,000, $2,100. Week number 1, 2, and 3, it's the same thing. Get your foundation built. Week number 4, $200 perpetual gold, and I'm going to skip all the way down. Week number 12 is $34,500 a week. A week. You know, gang, that's financial freedom right there. And I love how Miles says it, you know, whether you're at the bronze level or you're at the VIP level, as you see here, you know, if only 50%, if you only did 50% of the numbers that we're showing here, and you just had a 50% failure rate, would $2,200 a month, in addition to what you've got coming in right now, make a difference in your home at that bronze level? Or would you know, $17,000 over here on that VIP level coming in additional per week, I should say per week, that make a difference in your financial situation? Well, sure it would. I think it would all of us. But the reason I like to show these packages side by side, this is because this is the reason why I say, you know, that positioning, you know, you can be the nurse, you can be the doctor, or you can be the anesthesiologist. You choose which one you want to be. You know, come in where you can. You know, don't break the bank. We're not telling you to, like, you know, go sell your child or anything like that. Come in where you can, and then if you can, try to stretch the next level, because, you know, really these numbers really boil down. It's the same amount of work, same amount of effort. It's just based on where you positioned yourself. So, you know, the numbers that we're sharing tonight, too, now here's the thing, is when you upgrade, or let's just say you're at silver, all those numbers below, The only thing that they represent is that everybody below you is only a bronze. Same thing with that VIP level. Those numbers only reflect everybody in your organization was a bronze package holder. We know that's not going to happen because we see people upgrading daily. We see people, the majority probably come in at the gold package, It may not be where it's comfortable for you to start, but it's a great place to start if you can. But I said at least the silver because here's the difference. It's 4 times the earnings from the bronze to the silver, 4 times the money for the same amount of efforts if you can do that. If not, come on in at bronze, and as soon as that money starts flowing, upgrade as quickly as you can to get into the movement of that money because it is the same effort. So we want you to earn as much as you possibly can with this program. So what you need to know, and I'm going to wrap it up, is number 1, enroll. Go ahead and get your free enrollment tonight. Number 2, choose one of those packages because that's really what opens the vault to your financial freedom. Number 3, you're moving roughly $65, 1 gram a week, into your savings account. You're paying yourself first because that is the number 1 secret of the wealthy is understanding that you have to pay yourself first. We've all heard it takes money to make money. Well, that is the same concept. For you to be free, you have to pay yourself first because it is that important. We either have a choice of doing that or being slaves to debt for the rest of our lives. This last generation with my kids, and I started this earlier, too many credit cards out there, way too many credit cards out there. And, it's time to change our way of thinking. When we're living in the world that we live today where unemployment's crazy, people are struggling. You've got 2 people working in a household. Some of those people are working 2 and 3 jobs just to ends meet. We have children moving back in with their parents and parents moving in with their children. Guys, there's a better way. We do not have to have that stress on us. We've just got to understand the basic tools and of what we need to do to get into the way of the movement of money and capture your part of it. So, there's your system, that we just went over. Now then all you have to do, weight number 1 is team up with 2 people that are just as focused as you are and that are ready to be debt-free. And if they'll do that and you teach them how to do the same, everybody is going to get into that movement of money. And guess what? We pay every Friday morning in Karatbars. I wake up on Friday mornings and I don't have to worry about a thing because my commissions have been paid. So tonight, one more time, get in there, immediately purchase your package, get back with the person that brought you here tonight, enter that dual team system. Again, Karatbars has 7 different income streams, but gang, this is where the money's at. It's where the money's at. Hesitation can be hazardous to your bank account. So avoid those lost earnings. Go ahead and get in the dual system. Our earnings are in real time. You're basically getting a piece of everything in your entire organization. I've used this scenario. If a bank opened up in town today and said, Cheryl, come on down, register for your free account with us, and I tell you what, we're going to go one better for you. Instead of giving you this old coffee mug over here, we're going to turn around and everybody that you refer over to our bank, we're going to make a little note on their file. Every time they register for their account, we're going to give you, a little commission for it, just a little treat. Well, how many of you would get in line to do that? And not just the ones I refer, but the ones that I referred that they referred. Absolutely, I'm going to go get in that line. I want to be the first one down there at that bank signing up for my account because everyone that comes in after me, I'm going to get a piece of every deposit they make. That's getting in the way of movement of money. And, gang, that's all Karatbars is really doing. It's free. It's a savings account. But as other people make deposits, you get a piece of it. So you're in the movement of that money. So go ahead and, we talk about this all the time, the aha moment. The aha moment's when people stop and think, wow, I'm not really spending anything. I'm simply taking paper dollars over here and turning it right into gold money right here. Well, gold's kept its value for over 6,000 years. It's the only secure place I know to put money right now because, some of these money market things out there that want to pay you 1% or 1.2% annual return on your an annual yield on your money when you put a CD up, that's a joke. That is a joke, and they expect us to go, yay, put our money over there with them for 1.2% a return APY per year on an annual basis. And I have to give them my money for 2 years, and if I take it out, they slap me with a penalty. That's just craziness. Where gold, it stood the test of time. I bought a suit 1,000 years ago or 100 years ago or in 2013, I can buy the same products and services with that ounce of gold as I did thousands of years ago, last week, whatever. It retains its value. It is not tied to inflation, which is why the top experts in the world right now, 99 out of 100 of them are telling people, you need to get anywhere from 5 to 20% of your assets in gold. You're looking at $17 trillion in debt there, guys. You need to protect yourself. You need to insure your money. And that's what Karatbars is all about, is getting people in a position to where they don't have to worry. They don't have that stress, and they're protected. Every Friday morning, like I was telling you, when you get in the program, you're part of this team, we're going to pay you every Friday morning. We have a Karatbars branded credit card. It was voted the best design in Europe this year. It is absolutely a gorgeous card. What I love about this company is I do not have to jump through hoops to get my money. I simply go to bed on Thursday night, and I wake up Friday morning, and I'm loaded. They load me every Friday morning. I don't have to do anything. It's there on that prepaid debit card. So it's an easy way for affiliates, if you want to exchange also some of your commissions back into gold, it's a perfect tool to do it with. And it is accepted worldwide. Anywhere MasterCard's accepted, you can use your card. Now then, to finish up, I want to say, basically get in. If you like what you saw tonight and you understand why you need to get in the movement of money and how it can benefit you and your family, because remember, the most important economy in the world is that economy in your own home. But go ahead and get in, get started, get committed. 12 weeks, because in 12 weeks you can be financially free, or you can just be 12 weeks older. And I want to go over one last couple of slides here, Pastor Larry, and then I'm going to finish up here. We started this on July 1st, Declaration of Financial Independence, and our goal was then to have a 12-week burst of record-breaking growth, record-breaking sales, and record-breaking incomes. Well, gang, we just finished 3 weeks last week. We're coming up on week 4 tomorrow morning's payday. 4 weeks. Remember that foundation? We just built the foundation. I can't imagine where we're going to be in the next 8 weeks for those of you been with us for the last 4 weeks. But, guys, record-breaking growth. In the second week, we saw 300% record-breaking growth. Incomes, I have literally seen incomes increase 800 and 1,000% in the first 4 weeks of this system. First 4 weeks of this system. You've got a team around you that are just as committed to your success as they are their own. And it's a perfect timing. The perfect system, perfect timing. But you've got a group of people that you can't even imagine that are so committed to your success that, we want to hear those stories. And we have even a fall event scheduled. Dates are almost confirmed. We're looking like the 25th, 26th, 27th of October. I will have this finalized by next Monday. We will have a grand event at Gaylord Opryland Resort and Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. For those of you that are paying attention to the incentives from the company, they do have an option back there right now that if you have €7,500 or more in package sales, and that's through the end of August 31st, 2013, we got a full month to go. If you can have €7,500 in personal package sales or more, you're going to win 4 days and 3 nights right here with us in Opryland. Guys, this place is phenomenal. It's probably one of the top 100 hotels in the world. It's got conservatories that you can sit back in and relax and read a book and all this green flowers and everything. Or you've got cascades with the waterfalls, or you've got boat rides, or you've got carriage rides, or strolls through, different areas of the hotel. There's golf there for all you golfers out there. This place is just phenomenal. But we're going to have a big to-do right here in Opryland toward the end of October or first week in November. It'll be one of those 2 weekends. We want you there. We will have entertainment. We're going to have a blast, and we're 90% sure Mr. Harold Seitz himself is going to come across that pond and join us at this meeting. So for those who have not met this man, make a point to get here to this event, because he is one in a million. And I think when people see him and they meet him, they understand why so many of us are committed, why so many leaders are committed to this team and this company, because he is one in a million. He cares about each and every one of you. This is a man that did not have to do this. He was financially set for his entire life, never had to work another day. The guy lives in Germany. They're on their 4th currency in the last 100 years. He's seen things that we cannot imagine. He did this for us. He wanted to make a difference in the world so nobody ever had to experience what they've had to experience in Germany just in the last 100 years. So this whole entire company is built around the heart of Harold Seitz. And, guys, you've got to meet him. If you have not met him yet, he's one of the most passionate, genuine men I think I've ever worked with in my life. He is absolutely incredible. But with that, Pastor Di, I'm going to finish my part. I'm a little parched here, and I'm going to let you come in and finish us up and tell everybody, one more time where we're at every day.
Thank you so much, Cheryl Ann, for the great, timely presentation. I tell you, it was just awesome. And I tell you, when I sit back and get a chance to listen, it just makes me want to just get started all over again. And ladies and gentlemen, you can tell that all of our presenters, as you have tonight with Cheryl Ann, is very passionate. We are very passionate about what we do. We love people. We care about people, just as Mr. Harold Seitz. And I've met this man in person myself. And I tell you, and a lot of the other leaders from around the country and the world that you'll get a chance to meet in Nashville. So we want to definitely prepare for that. And and you will not regret meeting this man and all the other leaders from around the world.